no clickbait, is true. I signed up for Amazon at $65. Okay, $66, but still, no clickbait. So back in 2008, that is when Obama was elected, right? And the 41st president was elected. I remember we were at my office. I was deployed at the time, and it just came across the screen that he was elected out of nowhere when we were watching it. And my coworker turned it off because we had to watch the news on a computer. And my coworker turned it off, and I'm like, wait, what happened? He was so pissed off. And another coworker was like, now that Obama is elected, stocks are going to change a little bit, because he was talking about his natural gas and energy, basically things that the politics control. And I was like, oh, I don't know anything about stocks, but you know, I'm willing to invest. I was like, oh, I'll invest some money. I had $30,000 in the bank, so sure, I'll invest. All I do is shop. I shopped so much that I knew my debit card by heart, expiration, back number, everything. That's how much I shopped. This is before Apple Pay, before all that stuff that saved it. Yes, I had Amazon. I've been a member of Amazon since 2006, so I've shopped with them for a long time. So yeah, that saved your information. But as far as other stores when you shopped, I knew everything by heart. Like, I was that shopper. I was that person. All I did was consume. People looked for me, okay? So my coworker, he's the one that actually got me into learning about numbers. I've always thought that I wanted to be an accountant from high school, but he got me into the numbers of the stock market. And so he was talking and he was telling me stuff to invest in, and I'm like, no, I'm going to invest in stuff that I actually shop at. So that's when I decided to get Amazon. Now, I can't remember the exact date, so I just chose a random date from 2008 to 2009. I chose for February 10th of 2009, and I pulled those numbers. I actually think I bought the stock at $35, to be honest with you, but I couldn't find it at that price, so I didn't want to tell a lie. So I'm like, okay, we'll go with February 10th, but I do not remember the actual date. I tried to go back to my banking information, but it doesn't have it at all, I guess because it was so old. And that whatever account that I have set up with that bank is closed. So now that I'm educating myself a little bit more, I would have never sold this stuff if I was smarter. Like 11 years later, like, the money is going to come back to you. Like, I wouldn't have. I am just so upset with myself. Like, I talk about it all the time. And now I'm like, why not put it to action? So the last week of December, in my last video, if you can click the link above, in my last video, you will see that I signed up the last week of December through Robinhood, and there's a link in my description box where you can get a free, if you sign up going through my link, which after you download it, I think you have to come back to the link. I'm not sure because I used somebody and I got a free stock, and then they got a free stock as well. And then you also can email it to your friends and family, and then they get a free stock, and you can get a free stock as well if you sign up. But moving back to what we were talking about. So Amazon, I'm not sure why I sold, but I sold and I need to deal with it. I just have a hard time letting it go because this could have been extra money in my pocket. Like, I had $30,000 in the bank. Yes, I bought a car. My car is paid for. I've had it since 2009, I know. And I've had it since 2009. It's paid for, but it's not nearly worth what my stocks would have been worth had I invested that money into stocks or an index fund, right? So Amazon now is $1,874.97 when I'm doing this video. That's what it was when I looked it up. I bought it on February 10th, 2009. Remember, I am just using this as an actual date. I cannot remember the exact date that I invested. It closed that day at $67.23. $67. It opened at $66. $67.23. And I sold it because basically I had spent all my money and I needed some cash. So that's why I sold it. Do you know what I did with that cash? No, because I don't even know. I don't know what I did with that cash because I made a bad mistake. We've all made horrible financial mistakes, right? But this one was a pretty bad one. I also had invested in L Brands. The abbreviation for L Brands is LB when you're looking up stocks. And L Brands is basically the company that has Victoria's Secret, Bath and Body Works, Pink Collection, the candles, all those fall under LB, L Brands. And I invested in that stock because I was like, let me invest in stuff, like I said, that I actually shop. And L Brands was open that day at $8.67, and then it closed at $8.88. What is that now? L Brands now is worth about $10 more. L Brands is worth $18.86. Right. Another huge mistake that I made. Another huge mistake. So I sold it. I cannot remember how many shares I had of this one. But the next one is XM Radio. Again, I don't think I had my new car when I was there, but I think maybe someone else had XM Radio. And it was such a cheap price. I was like, oh, I'll invest in this. Why was I being stingy with my money when it came to stocks? But I was shopping, no problem, right? So XM Radio, I remember it being a penny, but when I went to February, I found it and it was 11 cents. 11 cents. It was 11 cents. Yes. So what I did was looked at what XM Radio is now. What I did was I looked at what XM Radio is now, and it is $10.74. Like, this is how these people are rich. This is what these billionaires, they probably was just buying up everything, making smart decisions. $10.74. It was 11 cents in February 2009. 11 years ago. Why couldn't I just hold the stocks, right? I'm so mad at myself. So there was a fourth one that I invested in, but I really cannot remember. But I know for sure that I invested in those three. So in 2010, I was telling my personal finance teacher about, he was showing us about stocks, how to read when you pull up your Yahoo Finance and what all those stats mean, how to read it, how to tell if a company is in debt, making decisions on what you want to invest in. And he told me, he was like, I told him my story, and he was like, go back and invest. He was like, invest in Apple, invest in Chipotle, go back and invest in Amazon. He was like, and he had pitched a lot of things for me to invest in, and I was like, no, I need my money. And all I did was swipe my card. Like, I shopped really bad. If I saw it, I got it, I wanted it. I mean, I was a pretty bad shopper. And so I still shop now, but I definitely don't shop on the level that I shopped in. I'm more like, I have a budget every month. And some people we'll talk about budget later, but some people get the wrong idea when you hear budget. They think, oh, you can't spend money. No, I budget so that every dollar has a name, every dollar has a purpose. So I still didn't listen to my teacher. I still didn't learn my lesson. I still didn't listen to my teacher. I didn't invest. So 2010, I couldn't invest. But I think at the time, Amazon was $136. And I was like, I'm not paying that when I paid for it when it was cheaper. But I was still shopping. So sometimes you're so hard-headed that you can't get out of your own way. And this is a lesson that I have learned over and over and over again. But now that I'm getting back into stocks, and when I look at these prices, I'm like, you were an idiot. You were dumb. Like, you were hard-headed. And I'm so thankful for the person that I met, my coworker that told me about the stocks and educated me, which I think he still owns his. He's doing fairly well. we don't talk, but you know how your Facebook friends and you see their pictures. So I hate that I had that opportunity and I let it go. And I can only be mad at myself. And I had a second chance in 2010, 10 years ago, to invest again. And I chose not to because I wanted to shop. That's what it was. I wanted to shop. And so, excuse me. But either way, if you want to see more videos like this, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to my channel. The next video I will talk to you about my stock with Chipotle. Thank you. Bye.